close to the biggest shit this dude was looking at. The independence was necessary. On the ground, if you ask him, Grandpa, he didn't understand why we need to ask for independence. If you ask me, why do we have to ask permission for you to leave my country? We don't have to ask that. So I know he was really on some really rawest way, talk like crazy, but we like it's their best interest to make it seem said he was a diplomat or a diplomatic way. So the Ghanaian citizen won't have that kind of rights. Because if you ask me to this day, the system in Ghana right now, pacified system idea. We don't know who is truly the leader. We don't know where the money's coming. We don't know what's backing anything. What this dude wanted to do is make sure so we're all self-sustained. And a comedy and crap, at least we can get our own shit from our own place. These little things. This dude traveled and seen all of this stuff. That's all he wanted. There's a conscious effort to demonize him and make it seem like he was trying to be a dictator. That's if you know it while watching. Tonight because books, of course it's gonna be in their best fucking favor. It will not be in your favor. If you keep listening to white doctrines, you're gonna regenerate dumb shit. A lot of Ghanaians do that. Like Shanti Kingdom is this, is that. It's nothing. It's the facts are different, and unfortunately, you can try to find some details of some of the things that are happening today. You just have to use past information to see what's going on. I don't know. That's why I like what segment all of them guys are saying. So you guys know your shit. But that's all I'm going to say. By the way, I'm going to say it's not in nobody's interest to make the Ghanaian citizens be very, very aware of who Nkrumah is. It's very, very nice that he was a good diplomatic guy that did the independence with the Big Six. It's not even a quarter of what this man intended to do. To this day, Ghana is still a republic. The independence is something nice to say. Like a lot of people just, we just like face value stuff. It's so disgusting. So if you truly have independence, then why the fuck don't you have the right to tell the government what to do and what not to do? So ask yourself that when you go to sleep tonight. And yeah, that was all I'm going to say, man. During this conversation, let's keep it going.
Bless up, man.
Charlie.
Yeah, man.
This whole and how then they compare to like other Ghanaian politics like it be needless. You watch Nkrumah in government. It be like the most inclusive government. Like it can in terms of like cabinet ministers and things. It be the most inclusive for all the 4 republics where we get.
For real.
Nkrumah in government, they know the spy where you come out for. Right. Then not necessarily cabinet inside. Then women. Bro, the head of state will carry first woman, how they call them, minister. Even Nkrumah in government. Right. They come out north south. Then Evers day inside. Then Gans day inside. Then Asante day inside. Then Nkrumah itself there being Zima. But how many in Zima people will not constitute the First Republic, the government of the First Republic, the ministerial positions and things? Now, how many Zima people?
No, but
they bring everybody.
Yeah, but from what you hold on. So from what you talk, we just say clearly there is my people plenty no goes because you say some guy be where they be crime boy was the first lawyer first in Zima lawyer. What I say. So obviously
then you don't be crime boy. Then he be founder of the UGCC, RS Blake.
Right. So that age group, so that basically age mates level. What I say. Just say
grow past Nkrumah, then everybody for the UGCC there with them found. Then almost all of them grew past Nkrumah. Apart from Akweje, where they go school, where maybe them go fit there around the same age. But then the background of the JB, then be oldies. The fee being uncles themselves.
Interesting.
Yeah, then them grow.
Right. So my question where I ask where people nobody really give me an answer. Kwesi Indum is very, very intelligent. And if you tell me say Kwesi Indum being at some point being the presidential candidate where they rep CBP, if you tell with this or you don't know. Because I feel say this is like some solid point where like Kwesi Indum be somebody who like
really ride on.
Yeah,
You get a point, but see, or Esco, you want take up.
Yeah, just small comment. Like I see what Fire is saying. Like, it gonna make sense. Why are you not using it to as an advantage? But I think, me personally, what I think said, I don't think people receive this better, because if everybody thinks that this is the big sense out, I say it's not gonna land. They are all kind of like, only few people are gonna think like use it as,
because now you put they make it look like just because Akufo-Addo have some shitty and out of the bitterness way people they try discrediting in people them, in relatives them. That be how they look like right now. Because if people have been known this, how come it's never been loud? Bro, listen, how come this never been loud even during Rollins' time? How come it was never loud?
It not be loud for decades after them topple in government. Them try shut them down. Everything you write about the people for the UP tradition, them ban all those books. That is exactly what I tell you. Some of the letters Nkrumah write to Buzia, right? Some of the letters Buzia write to Nkrumah and things. It be maybe recently where some people say they see them. But these letters be things they rep for the 60s inside.
Facts. Where, like, truly won't. We check Ghana, the way Ghana is moved around. This is going to be unpopular opinion, but they're overseers of Ghana, man. We probably don't know their faces, but there's some overseers in Ghana where once it's not your person, to me, no, like, they don't have much power like we think they do. Like, to me, the starting say, somehow they will deem it against you, and the citizens are not also demanding this. So it's a lose-lose. They will rely on the fact that I'm going to make demonize.
Bro, but somebody like Paco Singh made self-made.
The Paco Singh question.
Yeah,
maybe I take him.
Right, go on.
Paco Singh, right? Paco Singh. Fine, then be flag bearer give CPP.
Yeah.
Where he left go TFP, right?
Yeah.
You go believe say Paco Singh as he win presidential elections, he Kufuor come power, he give him Minister of Energy or so, he take him. Even though there be CPP, flag bearer and things, he take ministerial appointments from Kufuor.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, not what he really wants, like not what be interest, not what he wants serve. He won't serve as like president, use Nkrumah in socialist principles, rule the country.
So I beg hold on. So because me, I know Paco Singh Nkrumah Kufuor's minister before MPP, CVP flag bearer. So
yeah.
So are you trying to tell me Paco Singh Nkrumah has always been CPP even before he became a minister? Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Obviously.
Yes.
Obviously, if you subscribe to Nkrumah ideology, nothing will move you to take up a position from UP tradition. I think last time this guy, what be named?
Segbe.
Yeah.
The reason why Paco Singh Nkrumah accepted that appointment was to sort of have a united front, because at that time we're moving more towards a very divided front. So by accepting that particular position, it was more okay. The MPP is more of they are not accepting others who are not part of them. So that's how come he got that appointment, right? It was to prove a point that, look, at the end of the day, we are not divided. We are all one. And based on that, certain people within the CBP tradition felt that it was a sellout move that he did, and that is what forced him to go from the PPP.
Right.
Exactly. There's a point that I wanted to touch on briefly on Nkrumah's publications and books. It will interest you today, even as we are in 2024, the law that was established to ban Nkrumah's book is still in place. It has not been repealed.
Right.
Nkrumah's book has been banned in Ghana, and to date, it has still not been repealed. That law, like nobody has gone to court to challenge that law. So yes, you find Nkrumah's book to buy in the country. You find Nkrumah's book to buy in the country, but if somebody should wake up and implement those laws, people will go to jail for actually having Nkrumah's book as we speak right now.
Wow.
Mark Jordan, thank you. Say you mentioned that point. You make a cry something where initially I forget. Fire.
Right.
You be the very person where you basically, I think what's the they talk say? You talk say why Nkrumah set up the PDA, why one opposition parties.
Yeah, what
go believe say
the one party
you go believe say the PDA way is set up now, right?
Yeah.
As them overthrow then military regime come, then the regime 2 left, then democracy comes, Second Republic, Buzia, under Buzia and Akufo-Addo. Those same people from the UP tradition way now, them they oppose PDA, them no overturn the law for the country inside. The same law way they say Nkrumah they use against them, no. As they come, like the first thing they for do be say,
come on, that law.
Them not terminate that law where they let them overthrow them. So it means that everybody, them today they use the law to serve them my interest. Or since of the law, then they take serve them my interest. Because the PDA, they're not council as and come office.
Right. I feel say as it be them starts the whole movement of trying to be the fighters of independence, where some guy can't overtake them, like some guy will be them bring to Ghana, no. You know that entitlement they say, if we bring you there London, where we will bring you. If we want to also buy you tickets, have come. You understand? So that bitterness go deep, you know, and it go there for a very long time. I do understand them, and I feel too. I still understand on the fact that they don't. We don't go to discredit them. Yeah, all right, that was a free clout, but they still played a role in Ghana's independence because they brought the guy where he fought for our independence to Ghana.
They didn't. if you want,
so if like Akweje no, so if like Akweje no,
fire,
yes man,
fire. I know the position you want me the conversation go, right? I mean, which is very brilliant and nice, but the truth is the truth. We cannot run away from the truth.
100%.
At a point in time, the UP tradition were more focusing on Ghana as a as a federal state based on the natural resources we have. Nkrumah was trying to unite the country.
Exactly.
If you go back point in time, because of the natural resources that were deemed to be within the central belt of Ghana, they were calling for no, every protectorate should be independent. And this is what made Nkrumah say, no, we cannot toe this line of argument. One of the key things he did to actually bridge the gap that was being created between the different tribes was to start this whole national service scheme, where people who studied in different parts of the country were posted to other parts of the country to study the cultures of people and get to know them. That was the way to bridge the gap between the different tribes we have in Ghana.
That means then back in the days, then tribalism was crazy then.
Oh, hell yeah.
It was crazy. See, it was a big deal. That is one of the things that people don't talk about a lot. Tribalism has always been within the backbone of the Ghanaian society. The only way we could do that was through intermarrying. That was the only way we could break that. But again, it did not work. It didn't work. So
that is also another reason why that's also another reason why the white people they use Christianity. Christianity pacifies tribalism. It makes it easy. Like it relaxes certain things. That's one of the main reasons why they use that a lot. And if you ask me, they try to make the division mostly like within fights. That was already happening before that. It really got more weirder when it got incentivized, when the white people were promoting it. Like, we have to be very, very clear, said it's outside force we're dealing with. We always have to make that very clear, because if we don't know what we're fighting with, we just make it seem like we hate each other, but that's propaganda. That's all propaganda. It's outside force that made this way. I'm sorry to cut you off.
So, Fire.
Yeah, man.
Fire. Let me a layman's point of view from the whole conversation that we have listened so far.
Right.
So imagine, say, some group of people they dine with the lords of the UK kingdom, like their family is connected to them through the trades and stuff back in the day, like the slavery and things. That my family benefits hugely from all those things.
Yeah.
Then they go bring some village guy be where in your book. but you don't get any family connection for it.
Get money.
Because you know book, we want make you come. You want make you come run this thing for we as the general secretary. So Nkrumah then come and can't do that job for them. But as Nkrumah come, if you guys say, no, the people they take it for granted. We have oppressors living with us. We are demanding freedom from them. But you say, because we they done with them, no. You they talk say the freedom we they want make them give one our people, no. If I be gradual. Exactly. But in Nkrumah they talk say no, the freedom no, we want it
right now. Okay.
At the same time, this thing they go on.
Why would they ask permission? Like, you know,
that mindset. At the same time, this thing they go on. No. At the same time, this thing they go on. No. Your man JB was actually in cahoots with the CIA. You understand? Your man JB and wife was under CIA payroll at that time. There are declassified reports showing, say, your man, the time they release him from prison, he goes straight to the US ambassador at that time, go to ask him, say, why they taking wife off the stipend that they receive. So tell me, say, that person, he means say go give we independence or it just a play with a life. That'll be the whole conversation.
So I beg hold on. So now this prison, hold on. Simple. So this prison where it come from, no, that be the route arrest there.
That be the route arrest. That be the Usher 40 come out from.
Okay.
That be the time in Nkrumah pardon them where they come out them. The first place you go before the US embassy.
No, I beg. I hold on. I conf. I beg. I conf.
No, first thing you're talking about the 1948 riots, right?
Yeah.
That's what you're talking about.
So
So
which arrest again?
The route is different. No, the route be different issue.
So
talk of your man JB in demand for freedom for Ghana versus Nkrumah's freedom for fight for freedom for Ghana. Are two scenarios that we haven't really like worked at as a people.
Right.
We haven't looked deep into that conversation well. I know we talk about the whole bixes and all of that, but look, at the end of the day, somebody demanded for freedom for us immediately. Somebody to the top say no. The freedom we demand for no, more could request and gradually.
McJordan, I beg you, at the come small. McJordan, hold on, I beg you, at the come small. Which arrest and what caused the arrest where they talk about where your man come out where you go ask US embassy say why you come out my wife from the CIA list up?
Was JB Dankwa not arrested and in prison by Nkrumah?
By Nkrumah, okay. Was he released by? Because
I don't think he was released though. He died. He was never released.
He died in prison.
Yeah. So I beg. Yeah. So McJordan at the conf.
So McJordan in assertion. If there's any truth in it, he go be say as he did prison, then he making people like right to CIA.
No, but McJordan say as he come out, no, he go there.
Then they're not released. He died for them.
There are letters between JB and Nkrumah like seeking for pardon and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
There are letters showing say your man was still communicating with CIA even as I did drive right now. That boy, I'm not going to like give you any source or references like that.
Right. But basically, okay, so basically he wasn't released. Everything where they do,
he was never released.
He was never released.
He died for them.
Right.
He died for prison.
He died for prison. Yeah.
What McJordan is talking about is you are talking about Richard Mahoney's book, right? Is that where you're citing your thought from? Yeah. So Richard Mahoney's book says that there were communications between him and the American embassy where he was talking to them about why like his wife didn't receive a stipend. But then also there's another section of history that also says that Nkrumah actually released him, but it was in the later stages and then he died maybe a month or two after. So those are like two conflicting accounts of the same story. Some say he died in prison, but I've seen a post, I saw it on one of those communicators pages where he said that I think JB Dankwa's last letter where he was actually begging for mercy, he was actually released by Nkrumah for a while and then he died. So it could have been that after he was released, he just went straight there, or it could have also been that he wrote to them through the letters. I don't know which account is actually the true account.
Brownie. So you should also know, say, right, history day, historical accounts day of what happened, what people thought happened.
Okay.
And what are the family members of Buzia, right, Dankwa got to say about it. You go check too, the family members, right? They've also like confirmed on several occasions that he actually died in prison.
Okay, then it might have been the letters then.
He died in prison. His family members confirmed that he died in prison.
Okay. But I also want to correct something. Somebody made a statement. He said something about he said the Preventive Detentive Act was not abolished also. Who said that?
I did.
Somebody made
I did.
It's false.
It was abolished.
It was abolished. It was
abolished.
By who?
Not immediately.
By who?
It was abolished. Hold on. It was abolished. I'm just seeing. I just want to read the reference for you.
No, by who be very, very important too. Because if you know be
I'm coming.
Buzia them there, then long.
By Buzia when he came.
Hold on. I saw it just here. I just don't know why I'm coming. I'll find it. When I find it, I'll just read it out to you. But when it used to be the PDA, and then it was made the PDC. So it was something else. It was turned into something else, and I think 2 other clauses was added to it.
It was not abolished. It was never abolished.
It wasn't abolished.
I would hold on.
It was amended, but it wasn't abolished.
It was amended. Yes, it was.
Yes, it wasn't abolished.
So
the law is abolished, right?
In 1966, the NLC built the PD. In 1966, the PDA.
I think I've seen it. So it says that the military police junta co-opted key members of the opposition, such as K.A. Buzia, who was on the junta's political committee, and Mr. Victor Usu, who became the military junta's attorney general. The Preventive Detentive Act was repealed. Again, the key word here is repealed, and replaced by the Preventive Custody Degree with 2 modifications. One, detainees could make no appeal. 2, there was no requirement to inform them as to why they were being arrested. So the first one was actually repealed. And then it was replaced by a new law by the people that overthrew Kwame Nkrumah. So that's one of the points.
And it was done by NLC in 1966. It was repealed.
Okay. Yes, it was in 1966. Yes, it was. I think I've seen that as well. Yeah.
Can I come in?
Yes, boss.
Okay. I just want to just touch on the topic as it is, big 6 or big 1. In accepting whether there was a big 6, I don't know if this question came about following up to one historian lecturing about
the fact that's where it's coming from.
Right. Okay then. So this is how I understand the whole thing, and this is how I want to approach it. There was a big 6, and there will always be a big 6 in our history. Now, I wrote on that very day that the big 6 was not a deliberate historiography. It means that it was never intended that there should be something like the big 6. It was never intended. It's just history in its course. Events were taken in their course. If after the 1948 riots, a commission have been set to inquire about what really happened, and then that the United Nations Convention was behind all this. At the end of the day, every member of the United Gold Coast Convention is a target. And they end up arresting.
Actually, but the 1948 riots did not start from the United Gold Coast Convention. What actually happened was that it started from the Osua Latamanche, who was called New Kwabna Boni II. He started leading the agitation against the economic hardship and the rise of the price of like consumer like goods in Ghana.
Right.
Yeah, so it was started by the Otu Alachamanta. It was not started by the UGCC. That's also another point. Yeah. So you can go
Right. You're right. I'm just pointing to what exact words the lecturer used. Because I'm just using his words. Actually, I'm clearly aware of the Osumanche's involvement in all this. So, by what his narrative, he is saying that the commission that was tasked to make inquiry into all that happened find out that the UGCC had something to do with the riot. And therefore, that's what I'm saying, that this made every member of the United Gold Coast Convention a target. So arrests have been made, and some of the members happen to be just fortunate. Okay, if background was to be arrested that day or around that time, it could have been Big 7 or Big 8 or Big 10 if more of them were to be arrested. But only 6 were arrested. For me, I like sports, so I just want to use a sports scenario. In the 60s, the Black Stars dominated African football. And then the media just tagged them as Brazilians of Africa. This came to be accepted by everybody. And even Ghanaians also used to tag the Black Stars as well, Brazilians of Africa. Can we say then that we were never called Brazilians of Africa? Same way, they did not name themselves as the Big Six. And nobody is also saying that Chinchina are the founders of Ghana. I don't know the context in which that he was saying that Big Six came about because of the event. And the event is significant to our history as a country. And therefore, once this event took place and Big Six came about, it is in our history and we cannot write that off. That's all I want to say. We cannot write it off. It is part of our history. We can consider Kwame Nkrumah as the one who led us to independence. But at the same time, we cannot also write off the event and then the arrest of the Big Six and whatever happened. Because once the Big Six came about, now the people resonate with the idea of, the Big Six, these are the people who were fighting for our independence or our rights or whatever, and then they found inspiration in that, and then move with what them. That's what I'm saying. Whatever happened after that, Nkrumah, the lecturer indicated that Nkrumah wrote the and Akwaje legal advice, right? So it means that at least if there's no Big Six, members of the United Gold Coast Convention were directly involved in the writing of the petition. The ex-servicemen was taken to the British colonial government. At least, then there is Big Two. So, I mean, the idea of the Big Six is just what? Paying tribute to the event, that very event of our leaders being arrested by the British.
Okay, but then,
and that is what we need to recognize. It's not about who founded the country. It's not really Big Six. It's not really about who founded the country.
Okay, but then again, after the 6 of them were arrested, okay, they were put to prison for like 6 weeks, right? After they were detained for 6 weeks, a commission of inquiry was set up, which was called the Watson's Commission, right? And it said